Everyone, thanks for tuning in. Today, I'm going to go through all the advantages to a one-sided ICF system. Now, thanks to an Instagram follower, LXYZH, she had posed this question after one of our Instagram posts. What are the advantages to a one-sided ICF? So that's why we're doing this video. So thanks for the comment. And now let's jump into it. And don't forget, guys, check the comment section down below. We have links to basically, if you want to email me, ask me questions, that's cool. Gear that we have for sale, tools that we use every day, our Patreon channel, courses that are available, anything along those lines. So check the comments for updated information and links. Okay, so right now you're looking at a one-sided ICF wall. Now we just poured a 24 by 32 garage with this stuff, so you'll see a lot of our videos coming out. We are going to focus on the one-sided series quite a bit, just because there is so much information about it, and it almost seems a little bit overlooked or maybe new, and we want to just kind of do a good job of this video and describe all the advantages and different ways or places that you could use this. All right, so you might have to use your imagination a little bit. Now, probably the biggest thing for me, and actually my foreman Mike, he always texts me photos of this stuff, is he'll see someone crib up a conventional foundation and then they go on later and anchor on some foam to the outside and sometimes even to the inside. So Mike will send me a picture and be like, hey, imagine that there was a system where the foam was incorporated into the formwork. And there is. It's called ICF, people. So whether that's a two-sided foam or one-sided, doesn't matter. So what happens is if you have a conventional concrete wall, just like this one, it's heavy as all heck. Let's say you have just a conventional concrete wall. That's cool. Now you have to add insulation to the outside. Okay, well that's fine. Typically they would just put on 2-inch SM or whatever it is and they would just smash it into the concrete. Well, the problem with that is A, it's an extra step of labor, and B, now you don't have attachment points. So if you come over here, every 8 inches on this system, there's these ties, and they're the plastic ties that hold the force of concrete while you're pouring. So you can screw into these. You can screw siding, stucco, drywall, any sort of finishing material, plywood. So these are built in. You can actually see them at the top here a little bit. You can see they're just below the surface. And I think people overlook the simplicity of this system, because if we used a conventional wall and just smashed on some foam, that's cool. But now what happens is now you have an issue where unless the grade and the lay of your land is perfectly level, where you can just backfill up against that and then have siding from there up, that's fine if you have a perfect scenario where the dirt is going to be perfectly level around your site. It'll butt up, hide the foam. But most of the time that doesn't happen. We actually did a garage slab recently where we incorporated ICF into the perimeter of the garage slab, and that's because the grade of his land came down like this and sloped downward. Well, if we would have just stuck foam against the side, well, now we don't have a way to attach parging or siding to this conventional wall. So then what do you do next? You'd have to strap it and then attach siding. So whatever you're doing with the conventional system, you have to add more layers in order to finish it off properly. You can't just stucco onto foam that's leaned up against a piece of concrete. So that's why the one-sided ICF is so genius, is because of these ties that you can just attach to your wall. Whatever you're putting on top can be flush, and then the siding can come down and follow the lay of the land. Okay? So that's probably one of the most important things. Now, you can also add extra insulation to this system as well. Now, we have a specific video just on this alone where we go into the details of how that's done. But right now we have basically it's an R12.5. It's 2 5/8 of foam here. Well, you can just buy thicker foam panels, and all of a sudden you'd have a R17.5, let's say. So with Nudura, they have an XR35 system. So one side of that is R17.5. But there's other ways to add even more insulation to that very easily by just extending the snap tie width and then just adding inserts. So watch the video on that where I describe and show you how that's done. So another advantage is now on the interior side. So if you look over here, now you have an interior that looks good. It's got the exposed concrete finish. It's ultra durable, very resistant to water. You'll have no issues there. And the other thing that's magic about it is now you've moved the thermal mass fully to the interior side of your building. Now, the thermal mass aspect of it is, there was a test called the CLEB test, C-L-E-B, where they basically had a 2x6 wall assembly and an ICF wall assembly. They had a cold side and a warm side, and they wanted to know how long it would take before the temperature of one side would transfer through and affect the thermostat on the other side of the wall. So at the 2x6 wall assembly, it only took 2 hours for one temperature on one side to affect the wall and switch a thermostat on the other side of the wall. And with an ICF system, it takes up to 48 hours to transfer, let's say it's heat on this side, it's got to transfer through the foam, and then it's got to heat up all this mass before it changes something on the interior side. So whether it's hot or cold, there's always a temperature difference. So the thermal mass is a massive aspect to this construction. So where I'm going with this is now if you were to use this wall assembly for a passive type building, I would orientate this wall on the north side. I would add a ton of insulation so that the north wall super insulated. Now I have my south wall over here, and the sun's coming through, beating and heating this wall up all day long. And now we have a storage battery of energy. And at nighttime when it cools off, this can release that energy back into the house. And it would be a genius idea, and it's very simple to do. So there's 2 other applications you can use this system for as well. One would be an elevator shaft. So again, elevator shaft, you want it strong and you need concrete. So this would be the interior of your elevator shaft. You can bolt all your rails to it and all your gear. Then on the outside, you would have, it's insulated, gives you your sound rating. And again, it's just easy to attach material to, plywood, drywall, or other partition walls, and you can finish the interior of your building. So that's that side. Now another combination would be, let's say you're building a commercial bay and you need a firewall, because down the road, there's going to be other bays. So you need a firewall here. This will be exposed to the elements. This is the exterior. Future bays over here. And then on this side, this would be the interior of your bay. So you have fire-rated wall here, incorporated foam on the interior. Again, easy attachment for drywall and finishes, and an easy way to add insulation value to this wall. So I think with that, I hope we've done justice to the one-sided series. This is Nudura. Most block companies have their own version of the one-sided ICF. So check those out. And for today, that's it. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. We actually shot another video on 2 different window buck options. So this was window buck option number 2. So check that video out. We've doing a lot of footage on this one-sided series. Hope the information is valuable, and just check the links below. Remember to like, subscribe. We're almost to 100,000 subscribers, so I need your help pushing that over. And yeah, thanks for all your help and all the followers over the years.